going, y'all? Good day. It's Friday. Hey, welcome to Friday. It's Friday. It's the end of the day. For some of you pagans are like, hey, I only have 7 days in my consciousness. This is one of those days. And I'm really glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Let's watch what the Nazis are doing, shall we?
Border Patrol Commander Gregory Bovino joins us now. Commander, it's good to have you with us again. Appreciate your time. So this district judge, Jeffrey Cummings, has ordered up to 615 illegal aliens who have been detained by ICE released back onto the streets. He agreed with the ACLU's argument that these arrests were warrantless. But can you give us some idea of the background of some of these individuals who will soon be back on Chicago streets?
Sure. Well, Sander and John, thank you for having me. It's good to see you again. I think what's important here to realize is that Border Patrol agents, ICE agents, and those allied law enforcement teams risked their lives to apprehend those 650 illegal aliens that judge wants to release on the streets. Those illegal aliens came from a myriad of situations, whether they were criminals or individual.
Notice he said whether they were criminals or... That was right after he said a myriad of situations. This guy knows for a fact that many of the people that he has pulled off the street are not criminals. He knows that so well, he's normalizing it and telling you that, look, there's a myriad of reasons why we got these guys. Some of them are criminals. And the rest of them took our jobs. You think I'm kidding?
That were taking jobs from Americans.
Ugh.
You name it, that's what they were doing. And
Let's hear
I'll
that.
tell you what,
Whoa.
I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Tell me what's going to happen. Let's hear that again. Let's hear fucktard again.
Americans, individuals that were taking jobs from Americans, you name it, that's what they were doing. And I'll tell you what's going to happen is we're going to go even harder on the streets. If he releases those 650, we're going to apprehend 1,650 on the streets of Chicago.
That's right. The 1,600. He's basically telling you, yeah, man, if our 615 arrests are declared illegal and we have to let them go, we're gonna fucking go out and arrest 1,615 illegals, arrests, and do that, and that'll show you. And it's fucked, man. It's fucked. This is fucked. This is not cool. It's not normal. It's fucked. And I don't think that this is a country. I think this is a weird shooting sport. By the way, I just read something today about an Italian reporter has come out and exposed a group that was selling tickets to come to Sarajevo and just shoot people. That during the Balkans Wars or whatever the fuck, I wasn't even tuned into the world at much then in the 90s, but that they were selling sniper tourism. Like, hey, you got some sniping to do? You can come here and do that too. And yeah, we're living in America, man. That's what's going on. This is normal. Believe it or not, this is like normal stuff. This is, a lot of people are like, yeah, this is fine. This is what we want. This is what we voted for, is what they say. This is what we voted for, is what they say. And really, you do kind of have to double or triple down in the sense of like, what is it that I really wanted to happen? What did I not? What's the worst that could happen if you put someone in the White House who has 34 felonies and over 20 alleged sexual assault allegations, one of which was his ex-wife? Like, I don't know what we expect to happen, except for because we have such a finely tuned revenge politic system, that we end up exercising this on each other. Because honestly, I don't think it's Trump. I think it's the two-party system. I think that the mentality that you have, you can go on Twitter right now and see it in its full regalia. All the feathers are there, and the feathers are screaming, I want revenge on that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Let's just make them hurt. And it really does come down to, I think, Mein Kampf is bigger than yours. Which one of our struggles? Mein Kampf, my struggle in German, the Adolf Hitler's book. My struggle is bigger than yours. What is this contest that we have to decide which one of us is the biggest victim? Because if we can come up with which one of us is the biggest victim and they can score power, what gets to happen? They get to victimize you. They get to victimize the rest of us. And so every time we have a party that wins an election, they're going to decide what kind of atrocities they get to dump on the other one. We'll come back to this Goya thing for sure. The government officially reopened yesterday. I was kind of pissed about that. People are always like, oh my God, we have to reopen the government. And in order to do that, they needed to do three things. One of which was pay a $200 million domestic spy plane bribe. I'll show you a picture of that. The second, which is Republican senators can retroactively sue for pre-January 6th Capitol riots through the DOJ phone records targeting. Basically, the DOJ was investigating Republicans and if there's any collusion happening pre-January 6th. And now Republicans say we will open the government, but we get to sue the DOJ for tapping our phones. Not American phones. This is just the senators' phones. There's no law. They didn't pass a law that says an American can sue the DOJ for tapping their phones. They said that a Republican senator can, and they did it retroactively. So it's telling you that the government negotiations is typical, normal. The third thing they said before we reopened the government is that all federal hemp products are now banned starting next year. So anyone that's built a business off this semi-legalized idea that we're going to declare houseplants illegal, anyone who's turned that into a business, guess what? You're fucked too. Anyone who's created any kind of import business, anyone who's declared, created or invested in any kind of natural remedies, anything that's grown out of the soil of America by itself is contraband and an illegal felony, and it will get you sent into an ICE facility or who the fuck ever knows whatever else it is, because that's how our country works. Keep in mind the tariffs passed in flying colors. They've finally been stopped. We'll see what happens with them. But think about all the businesses that basically were just defunct and just removed from the market itself because they had maybe one part of their product shipped overseas, or that they were shipping their products overseas, that every single function of the economy has constantly been abused and beaten in the alleyways since COVID-19, even starting in COVID-19. Look at what Cuomo-19 happened in New York. The entire city was just shut down, brought to a standstill. Then you had the Republicans say, let's vote for this guy. And then you have the Republicans saying, look how mad we are. They voted for a more brownish guy than this guy. And so there's not even a new idea. It's just the basic idea of let's just keep fucking each other with a shovel in the nose, with a garden stick, whatever your thing. Here's that plane. This is an E-7 Wedgetail radar jet. The E-7 Wedgetail radar jet is complex and varies by program, with the initial U.S. Air Force prototype deal being $2.6 billion for two aircrafts. Two aircrafts. We will pay you, the taxpayers, we will pay you $2.6 billion. Even though this is not a military aircraft, even though it's not rated for combat, we need to spy on our own people. And before we will open a government again, we need to bribe the guy that sold this to us, because he said that's what it'll take to get you back on board. $2.6 billion for two of these. That's $1.3 billion for one. One plane, $1.3 billion. Let's count seats, shall we? How many seats do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that's 10 seats. Let's see. $1.3 billion divided by 10 is $103 million per seat. Per seat, $100 million goes into each of these chairs, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how you hunt wabbits. That's right. As I've told you, America has opened season now on hunting rabbits, and I am so twisted that I'm one of the few that's happy about it. I've told you that I find joy knowing that we're finally hunting ourselves. I think that hunting ourselves is so much better than hunting other people, because we are fucking psychopaths. We are. And I want you to have a tour down what it means to actually hunt ourselves. I want to remind you that you've got Trump who's saying Antifa's the problem, and then you've got Biden who's saying that the Nazis are the problem. And ultimately, the FBI is going to pursue and do whoever gives them permission and budget to do that, whatever the mandate is. And that mandate has come in, and it may be a little bit different than you think. Let's have a look here. This is Charlie Kyle, a new reporter here for Turtle Island. You can call him C. Kyle if you want, but Charlie Kyle here has some things to say. He's very American first. He's very much embracing the Groyper narrative, so kind of give him a break. He's a little bit white guy racist, just a little bit. But hey, it's America. It's the time of Trump. It's time to be racist. If there ever was a time to be racist, this is it. I think actually I have to go over here. That's what I have to do. You're watching James True Live. Hit like, hit subscribe.
Last time, we discussed how white militant men are used as a resource by federal law enforcement. You've probably seen the show To Catch a Predator, hosted by Chris Hansen. In it, adults posing as minors stage a honeypot for potential child predators. These bounty hunters create fake account as a fictional child and manipulate targets until they have enough evidence to secure a meeting. The perp shows up, police step in and make an arrest. Legally speaking, the alleged minor is an adult. Legally speaking, the meeting is not a crime. Legally speaking, one of them is motivated to commit entrapment. Despite these legal inconsistencies, society is fine with this. Hell, I'm fine with it. We live in a jungle. A healthy jungle is teeming with predators. The point is, hypothetical crime has been normalized, and these are all thought crimes. Do you see the Pied Piper? The predators come out of the cracks and deliver themselves to the piper willingly. This is a brilliant way to fish. For centuries, government has employed piper technology just like this. They use it to gather their most violent and dispose of them quietly. The Revolutionary War cleansed the land of its most violent under the pretense of ending taxes. The Civil War was a migrant food camp where the hungry followed orders for a slice of beef. The Pied Piper is a wonderful thing. Evolution removes the ones who are willing to shoot a stranger for the colors of his jacket when it's wintertime. Government prunes itself. Now the Pied Piper is coming for white nationalists.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing. This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got it.
Not malicious. That's what his FBI director said.
Well,
On October 6, 2020, under Donald Trump's presidency, DHS explicitly identifies white supremacist extremists as the most persistent and lethal threat in the homeland. So the FBI fishes in Charlottesville. The FBI fishes at the Capitol. The FBI fishes everywhere you can find predator. The country is their hunting ground, and the rules are made in Washington, D.C. A leader is nothing without his pipers, and Donald is the golden trumpet of them all.
That's right. What are we going to do? This is FBI was competing. The last election, the last debate was basically a debate over, hey, who do you guys want the FBI to hunt the most? Do you want to hunt under the auspice of Antifa is bad? Or do you want to hunt under the auspice of Nazis is bad? And Antifa won. And I don't know if you guys realize how this works, but it doesn't matter who wins, because if you're hunting the fascists, if you're hunting the Nazis, then the anti-Nazis, the violent anti-Nazis, will come out for those things. And if you're hunting the anti-fascists, then the fascists will come out to those things. It's a self-creating form of hunting. And the FBI honestly doesn't care. It's whichever one you want to pick. We just want to hunt people, says the FBI. We're no different than the dudes that are out there shooting deer. They're just like, look, we go to Costco. We get burgers. I like ground beef. I don't even like deer meat. I think it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to clean. You got to do shit. I pay this other guy, my cousin, but he's kind of weird. He like does shit to the body. I'm always like weird about it. And I pretend to eat deer meat. I'm always like, hey, you guys want to eat some venison? But I don't fucking eat that. Are you kidding? No, my wife goes to Costco, but I like to shoot things. I fucking like to shoot things. And that mentality, although it's not completely saturated, it is a big part of it. That mentality exists in the realm of justice. That the justice that we quest for really has the exact same superficial nature. We don't care. We don't care. We just want you to shoot some people. And ultimately, we live in a country that just feels alive. Shoot people. Just like, hey, let's go fucking shoot some people, you know? And this is what happens. This is what happens. If you doubt it, go out and shoot someone. See how you feel. I want you to go out and shoot someone. Come back. Tell me how you feel. You know, maybe this isn't the best thing for my channel to be advertising this. But if I believe in you and you believe in me, then we can really start to understand that there's something kind of deeper going on. And this is why I think these are thought crimes. I think the idea that we're going to hunt whoever it means. And if you're Bovino and you just got through telling you we're going to hunt, if you decide that 618 of our elected officials of our arrested detainees are illegal, then we will arrest 1,000 more. This is a blatant truth of showing you this is about hunting. This is about, look, we want to hunt. We asked the Forest Service. They said, look, you can kill 17 illegals. You can round up this many illegals. And then under that, you got to talk to us first. We're not here to stop whether or not your arrest was legal or not. We're here to make sure that whatever you're hunting is legally inside the seasonal parameters of what we're expecting right now. And honestly, no one on Trump's side cares. Even watching what's happening now, it proves that they do have feelings. They'll freak out when the Epstein stuff comes out, but not once will they stop to say, hey, what are we fucking doing to migrants? What are we doing to people in the Caribbean? These are fucking sickos. They're fucking sickos. And you know what? Some of them raised you. Some of them were like, hey, you're a kid. You're American. I'm going to teach you things. And you fucking learn things from it. Some of you guys are like getting a paycheck from some of these people. Some of you guys are patrons of mine. And you're just like, I can't believe that you're going this way. I want to fucking cancel my patronage. And great. Some of you would disagree, but you're too busy doing other shit. You're just like, I'm busy. I don't know. James is probably on my side, and I'm not. I'm literally screaming since this whole ICE thing started. Hey, retards, fucking retards. Why are you pretending that you're the conservation party? Why are you pretending that you're the party of, hey, let's fucking chill? Why are you pretending you're the laissez-faire party? Why are you pretending you're the America First party? Why are you pretending that government needs to be smaller? You've literally created an entire new law enforcement agency and set them loose and put some boob like Bovino in charge who just take things personally. Don't make me show you the video of him in Chicago where he's pretending to do hand signs as he's standing on top of his vehicle. This is ridiculous. Now they're coming for Charlotte. Charlotte's the Queen City. Not exactly the chillest place, to be honest with you, Charlotte. Now, to be fair, I once left a wallet in Charlotte underneath a stoplight, like 2:30 in the morning, in a pretty busy town. And 4 hours later, I drove back to that same spot and the wallet was still there. So obviously there's some kind of like wormhole protection spell that's happening. But when these guys come into Charlotte, I don't know if they understand how things go down here. I think they're just like, well, we'll do the hard thing and go to Chicago first because those guys are tough as fuck. And hats off to you, Chicago. I've been really impressed with honestly, most of your ladies, most of the time, most of the cool shit I'm seeing is from women in Chicago. They're just like, fuck you, ICE. And it's really impressive. Impressive driving, impressive parking, impressive honking, all those things. I love you. I want to be your patron. Can you guys sign up for a patron so I can join it? I have like 3 or 4 patrons. None of them are like, we are the coalition that drives around honking at fucking ICE. But I would like to join that. It's a reverse icy. It's amazing that we've come up with this. When I was a kid, we would chase after ice cream trucks and we would give them money. We would give them our tax dollars. That's right. our children's tax dollars to suffer from the addiction to that sugar that we had that made us feel better. And we're just, that's what it is. We just didn't know that the ice cream was immigrants. We didn't know. It's like Soylent immigrant. And Bovino just told you, these guys are workers. If he's telling you they're not illegal aliens, but they're taking jobs away from Americans, that he's literally understands they're called undocumented workers. He understands the legal ramifications of calling that illegal. This isn't a style call. It's not illegal to be here. If you can master the ability to teleport yourself into America, into Indiana, you have broken 0 laws. None. Stop telling me that it's true. No, 9. No laws at all. It's not true. You have broken none. And ultimately, what's going to kill this thing, if we ever reach some sort of sanity cloud where we start hallucinating that all of us are sane again, which quite frankly, I'm kind of fond of now after I see where we're going now, only when we get there can we start to lean into the idea of let's hold these motherfuckers accountable. Let's fucking do that. We're not there yet. We're still like, oh, guys, this is politics. We can chase each other around and deplatform people and remove people from their jobs and shove needles up people's ass and shit. As long as we're just doing this for revenge, James, none of us have to be held accountable for this. You can pardon all the Capital 6 rioters. James, it's a neck beard. James, look at his neck beard. It's a Viking neckbeard, James. Come on. And this is what happens. This is what happens. We give them a little bit. I don't know who we is. You're probably not even on my side, but we give them a little bit and it just goes. And now the Epstein emails are out. They just came out yesterday. About 2,000 of them. I haven't read them all. I haven't read any. I've just listened to a few people that pretend to read them. I don't think they read them either. Who gives a fuck, man? As if these Nazi tards that are doing this, that are approving all this, are going to suddenly, in a massive moral call, decide, oh my God, this guy skull fucked a child. Now I will draw the line in your sand. I mean, seriously, MAGA, if it fucking takes a skull fucking child incident for you to drag your fucking line in the sand, first of all, I'm impressed. But second of all, I don't think it's there. I don't think that this will be enough to make you go, holy shit, this is kind of fucked up. I don't think that's going to happen. I do not think there is a line because I do not think you can afford one. I don't think you can fucking afford one. And I know that because you put out Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, who can't even call Dick Cheney a war criminal. It's like, Dick Cheney's a really good fisher, guys. You don't understand. He's really good at fly fishing. He's really good at fly fishing. And I'm not going to sit up here and disparage someone just because they're a war criminal, because the fucker knew how to tie flies and he's dead now. And because you're dead, you get this magical pass where every single fucking thing that you did in the world, if you're a Republican, if you can fucking die, then you make it to base and all your sins are forgiven. It's like some anti-Constantine bullshit that you figured out in the law where, hey, if none of us actually disparage him, then Satan can't get him too. It's like a reverse insurance policy for when you're going to hell. And it's fucked up, man. Dick Cheney was a war criminal. War criminal. War criminal. War criminal. War criminal. And if you cannot say that, you have zero fucking business being on television telling other people about how fucking woke you are because all of a sudden you've decided that you see the fucking light. And this is what you're watching happen all around. James, you're a little bit upset about this. Yeah, I am. I'm an Aspie who fucking just goes nuts when I see this kind of hypocrisy. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. It does. And this may be why you like me. I don't know. But now you're going to watch MAGA dismantle itself as they tell each other how disgusted they are by each other's behavior. And it's going to be this virtue signal fest into who's America firster. And not one of these fuckers ever paid attention. Do you guys remember the episode that I did a year ago in August? 14 months ago. Does anyone remember this episode? The episode I did was, the name of the title was A New World Quarter. Quarter, as in someone who courts something. And I showed you this cover and I explained to you that if you needed to know who was destroying America the most, it was these two. and that I explained that Charlie Kirk has been taking millions of dollars from Israel to influence American foreign policy, and people like Candace were just along for the ride, and no one had any issues with this. None. None of them. And now we're going to hear them be the champions of America first. And this is why we deserve to fucking have some shit happen to us, because I don't know how else we're going to snap out of this. I don't think it's going to happen. Yes, we are all psychopaths, Jason Marshall. I agree. And we're giving more taxes and we're paying more to do it more because we have our New World Quarters in place. And they're going to tell you how, oh, I was so really upset about how the genocide was happening as I was cramming all this fucking money up my ass. Oh my God, Candace, can you come over with me to Israel on a private jet so we can go meet with Netanyahu? Because I can't pick up all that fucking money. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. And the guy gets a fucking bullet in his neck. Why? Because he fucking revoked his contract. Meanwhile, I'm telling you about Operation Grim Beeper, where Israel has all these programmed devices that you're walking around in. They can set off any one of them. And as long as you had some kind of piece of shit running the FBI, it'd be very easy to tap into their database and fucking kill Charlie Kirk from a microphone, from a beeper, from anything else you want. It doesn't matter because the same agency that hunts the FBI is giving their keys to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's just like, fuck, I don't fucking care. I literally buy appliques from Home Depot and spray paint them with no, actually, I don't spray paint them because I'm not cheap. I want to spend the money to get fucking gold leaf. I'm going to have someone come. Isn't this worse? I'm gonna like put gold leaf on plastic appliques from Home Depot because I'm not cheap. Like what the fuck, man? Meanwhile, we keep running into Home Depot to buy the appliques and arrest the migrants, and remove people that are building our roofs, that are landscaping, that are selling us fucking oranges and opening restaurants and providing for all this. Meanwhile, the very base, the very bottom level that was keeping this economy somewhat close to ground level is now gone, which means all you fucks are going to be Groypers in 2 weeks. You're going to be Groypers. Which brings us to, what is a fucking Groyper? This was on April 29, 2019 was when I was talking about this. It was like, why aren't you talking about the USS Liberty right now? And they don't talk about that. It has to be popular. James, why don't you stop bitching? Because it's an episode about Groypers, and I need you to know how Groypers got here. That's why. I need you to know how Groypers got here. Do you understand? Wait a minute. You're watching James True. My cough is bigger than yours. Groyper? Asked Brenda. Yeah, you got your gropers. You got your Groypers, see? It's a little bit different. Of course, your Groypers. You know what a goyim is, right? Well, now you know what a Groyper is. Someone who's grumpy about being a goyim is a Groyper, isn't it? Isn't this really what it means? Hey, we got Jojo today. It's at 1 o'clock. You need to join Patreon, though. So what is a Groyper? So when you have a society like we do where everything's bullshit, and all the promises that you're told are sold into a different psychic headspace that is no longer valid anymore. So the American dream has been capitulated for a while now. It's nowhere near what you think. But you still have a culture that's trying to raise its children on the American dream. And when you have kids that are being raised on an American dream that's so clearly not even possible, that's element one. That was my generation. But then if you give them a little bit more self-entitlement, if they have a little bit more self-worth, then you've got a Groyper. And this is progress. My generation was Groyper wannabes. Yeah, wannabes. Groypers that wanted to be. They wanted the American dream, but they didn't have enough oomph to complain about it. They didn't know they were allowed to complain about it, see? They didn't know. We were told that, well, you're just not working hard enough, man. If you work harder, you'll be able to get the dream. And Groypers are the ones that are like, yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And God bless them. I think this is a healthy move. And the only way you're going to be a Groyper is you're never going to really be able to connect to a policy, to a party, to anything. Even though most of these guys were Trump heads. I think most of them were Trump heads for the same reason why I frankly saw that Donald Trump coming in, doing everything that he's just did now, was a healthy thing because it was destroying a system that no one should think is alive anymore. That in my opinion, the thing that was needing the pollination the most is the removal of the idea that all of this is valid, that everything we have is working. So in a way, the Groyper is my generation with more entitlement, meaning that it's not going to sit around as long and just pretend like it's valid again. Flat Earth's not enough for them. All the different psyche's not enough for them. The Hitler jokes aren't even enough for them. They need more. They need more. And really the way to find more is to become edgelord and to penetrate into systems and just start to vandalize things through memology. This isn't a negativity thing. It's a destroying a paradigm that's been crystallized into a fantasy anyway. So it's a constructive act, but it's a demolition. And when you're like, oh, I'm going to redo my kitchen, and you're like, I know I have to demo it. There's like 55% of you like demolitions because you're fucking psychos, no offense, but you're just like really get into that shit. And you just see that same kind of angst is perpetrated across the country, and that one of those things would be a prepubescent angst. I think would be a Groyper, honestly. It's a prepubescent kind of angst. It's an angst that's righteous. It comes from the right place. But they don't really have the skill set to go out and do something about it. So they need to follow someone who, quite frankly, will keep them in their place. And ultimately, I think this is what Nick Fuentes does. He does it really well. He's the keeper of the flame. He's the keeper of the flame. And the absurdity of the system around him gives him all the power. A Groyper is a Pepe with legs, but a very small penis. I don't mean this insulting. This is what they say about themselves. 23 hours ago, I was going to tell you about this anyway, about how Groypers, they feel gross, they feel ugly, they feel rejected from women. They feel that they do not fit into the fertility cult concept at all. Some of you may not know what that means. They don't call it fertility cult. I'm calling it that, but the concept of here's why you're here and you're looking for a woman and you're doing all this stuff. I think it's a more diverse movement than this, but Nick Fuentes himself will point out, I don't like women. I don't want to be around women. And a lot of this really does come down to this way that they feel about their masculinity. And it's a tiny pee-pee syndrome. Groypers are emboldened by their tiny pee-pee syndrome, even though they may not necessarily be able to say it. But nothing proves this more true than when this came out yesterday. People who love Hitler are blaming his tiny penis on the Jews. This is just what's happening. People who love Hitler have been told that Hitler had a tiny penis. And that they're so upset about that they're blaming that story as coming from the Jews, which is pretty funny because they're literally trying to say the Jews gave Hitler a tiny penis. And the Jews probably did give Hitler a tiny penis. Probably the other way around too. So what happened is there's a couch, and this couch is recovered, apparently has some blood, and apparently this blood is rumored to be Hitler. A lot of people think that it is Hitler's blood. And because of that, they're able to do a DNA scan of that blood. They're able to recover some genetic material, and from that genetic material, they're able to reverse engineer what that physiology would be like, and it turned out that Hitler probably had a micropenis, is what they're saying. Not only that, but there's a few other accusations in there, one of which is a very underdeveloped sexual genes. You go through puberty, but it's a micropenis. You got a micropenis. Now, first of all, the idea that the Jews would make this up, I think is freaking awesome. And I have no, if you guys want to stay on the side of that, the Jews made this up. First of all, that's fucking brilliant. Those guys are always like, they know how to propagate. Am I right, guys? Can we just say they know how to propagandize? I mean, hey, why guys, keep your head up. You are gullible as fuck, and that is hard. Okay, so all you white people that are like, James, stop praising the Jews. You guys are gullible as fuck. There's no one as gullible as you. No one as goyable as you guys are. Okay, so you got that. Jews cannot take that away from you. All right. If they did take that away from you, it would only make you stronger. Am I right? Hit that like. It would only make you stronger. So you have that going for you. And then you really start to, I was going to tell you about this Goyam thing before this article came out. Then this article hits. And most of Twitter is upset because they can't believe that people are blaming, are accusing Hitler of having a tiny penis, which means that most of the internet is fantasizing today, right now. Most of MAGA, a lot of Groypers are fantasizing about how big Hitler's dick is. I don't write this stuff. I just like, holy fuck, look at this. Here's what's happening. These guys are all like, Hitler had a giant dick. And if you try and say he didn't have a giant dick, I'm going to call you a Jew lover because the Jews made up this story. And I'm just like, guys, how many more things are we going to blame on this? Like, how many more things are we going to blame on this? And I want you to find a way to compassionate the Groyper. Even on top of this is a huge, stunning loss today. On top of all of MAGA falling apart, on top of Trump falling apart, on top of the Republicans turning on him, that today is the day that it comes out that Hitler had a tiny pee-pee, that his pew-pew was a pee-pee. And this is such a massive hit to the psyche of a culture that insisted that the other side was too snowflake, that the other side had too many feelings, that the other side was kind of soft, kind of flaccid. And this is, I think we're looking at the true anatomy of what's here. Why would the Groypers, why would Hitler's pee-pee be small? Why would it be tiny? Why would people be so upset by this? Probably because they got a tiny pee-pee. Just saying, probably what happened. And I think it really comes down to, it's that really not about just making fun of this thing. I mean, I think it's funny, but I really do think that you're looking at the death of a fertility cult. And I want to play this one clip from Nick Fuentes because I think it illustrates that very much. Thank you for watching.
Tucker and all these people desperate for you to wipe up need to bone up on the gospel. There are those who remain chaste for the kingdom of God. Okay. All those who can grasp it should grasp it. Sad is the incel. Holy is the soul. Keep winning souls. Nick.
Okay. Thank you for that. Do we want to crash out on that tonight? What are we feeling? Do we want to crash out on that tonight? Are we going to do this again? We're going to do this again? Really? Another night, another fight over this? The gospel says you don't need to get married. Oh, yeah, well, I had this feeling that women are annoying. But then I had to flip through the gospel and say, where's the passage? What? It's like, look, man, first of all, none of your business. Second of all, I just don't like people. Third of all, I especially don't like women. Fourth of all, I don't want to live with one. I don't want to live with a woman. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to go through the humiliation ritual, the best man speech, the elaborate proposal. I don't want to buy flowers. I don't want to buy an anniversary gift.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get laid. There's not a drive there. The drive to get laid is not there. And this is a tiny pee-pee. It's symbolic tiny pee-pee. It's just you don't have the drive for that. Why would you not have the drive for that? Did the Jews do that? Did the Jews do that? Did all the chemicals in the water do that? Did Alex Jones tell you the frogs are gay? Is that what did it? Is it important that we find someone and punish them for this? Is that the takeaway? Because ultimately what I think the takeaway truly is that there's a death of a fertility cult that's occurring inside of the paradigm of modern man. That marriage is a fertility cult. And there's nothing wrong with this, but I think you're watching it fall apart in real time. And I think a lot of people just have trouble understanding that that's what's happening. And so we end up in a culture war where we have to destroy the other side when in fact just the only thing that's happening is the very foundations of what we call society are falling apart. That's it. That's all that's happening. And it started with L. It moved to G. See, the women do it first. Women are just like, hey, we could invent scissoring. And when I was a kid, that was not a thing. We were just like, I mean, it is self-evident. If you're like picturing scissoring, even if you're like 13, you're just like, okay, I think I know what that means. I didn't know that was a thing. That is really interesting. And you're still interested. This is why women had to do it first. Lesbians had to go first. Because if they went first, guys would be like, oh, this is hot. I'm liking where this goes. And then the G came. The G-man came. It's like, hey, gay. It's time to be gay, man. So we decided that there's lesbian, then there's gay men. But we decided these are different. There's gay, which means men that are gay, because then the lesbians are women that are gay. And then we started to like, wait a minute, we just want to break down genders entirely. Why would we break down genders entirely? Is it because we're fucked? Is it because Alex Jones is right? If you want to be a dumbass, fine. Go listen to Alex Jones. Dude's never been right about anything, but I'm sure he's fucking right about this. That this is some natural attack from some underground skull fuckers who aren't, no, they're not war criminals though, because they know how to fucking tie because Tucker Carlson's good American according to Alex Jones. But what it is these other things that are underneath there, and these other things that are underneath there, grabbing these. As long as you don't sit there and say Dick Cheney, as long as you don't say Donald Trump, then we're going to find them because the globes are going to get there. And if you're not fucking retarded, maybe you're looking for something else. Maybe you're actually wondering, well, what the fuck is going on here? And God forbid, could this be natural? Is there a chance that this could somehow be some sort of natural phenomenon? And I think there is. I think you're looking at the death of a fertility cult because fertility cult is no longer necessary for society to stay alive right now. Over half the marriages are ending in divorce, and that's not a failure. It's because, look, we can do more than fertilize. I don't have to define myself my entire life by whether or not I scored. If you want to score, great, but let's not sit there and say you deserve a parking space and we need to round up immigrants because they may take your job because you got laid once and that you scored your seed in a white chick Stargate. I mean, first of all, way to go. Scoring's great, man, but when I was trying to score, I didn't need like some patriotic movement. I didn't need a Pete Hegseth behind me. I didn't need some fucktard telling me, hey, make sure you don't go out and blow somebody today. You need to go out and make sure that you're going to produce a family, because I was just naturally inclined to want to do that. Why was I naturally inclined to want to do that? If I want to, I could tell you it's because I was a real man. I could tell you that, or I could just fucking be honest and say, you know what? This society has a little bit more control over my psyche than I think it does. Society is a quite a powerful motivator. And the truth of the matter is that even in the 40s, there was a psychic pressure to where if you want to consider yourself a success at all, you're going to have to get laid. And you're going to have to convince that person that you swap genitals with to stay in your house, to stay in your domicile, and to serve under you and you under her in a codependent contract. And that contract needs to be signed by the state. And your job is you need to make babies. You need to pay taxes. You need to make babies. You need to send those kids to school so we can indoctrinate them. And that's the American way. And if feminists complain about it, it's because feminists are fucked up. And the whole time the feminists were right. The lesbians and the feminists were the first ones that are like, hey, maybe there's fucking more to life itself. And this if you have a tiny peepee and you've spent this entire time trying to front that you've got a huge peepee, this is going to drive you fucking insane. You've changed a lot of your matrix. You've tried to change yourself. And you end up in this post-apocalyptic world where we have the invention of reality television. I'm talking about before Biden. I'm talking about back then. Where you have a culture that's trying to find something else to do. Can we do anything else except for join a fertility cult? And then you have a giant monster conservative movement rising up saying, how dare you destroy the fertility cult? And I'm telling you, if you want to know what's been going on, there's nothing conservative about the Conservative Party. There's nothing liberal about the Liberal Party. You're looking at people that cannot fucking deal with the paradigm shift. They cannot deal with the loss of a fertility cult when they probably have been gay this whole fucking time. The ones that are mad that the fertility cult is dying are the ones that were not having fun inside this fertility cult to begin with. Have you considered that? Because I didn't need to be told that the reason why I should want to get laid is to perpetuate the white race. No one needed to tell me anything. I came out of the gate with a secret underground heat-seeking missile in my pants. And when I got out of school in the morning at 7 a.m., I had a rock-hard hard-on that was throbbing itself through the hallways. Bing! Bing! pinging for boobies, and I could find them in the fucking dark because the natural drive that was placed inside the biology, inside the soil, inside the culture itself was make babies, make babies, make babies, make babies, and it stopped. Did it stop because you're evil? Did it fucking stop because the liberals won? Did it stop because society is falling apart and my pee-pee's too small? Or did it fucking stop because we have enough people? Did it stop because the quest for fire, your meaning of existence, the reason why you're here is something more to do with consciousness and not quite so focused on this 50-year mortgage bullshit that they're telling you now? And that if you want to know what makes a Groyper, it is a promise of a life that will never ever be delivered to you. A promise that if you define yourself as a man through the size of your slang, and if you go out and hit just the right women, that you can now feel satisfied and on top of shit, but you're going to have to scapegoat a bunch of immigrants on the way, or a bunch of black people on the way, or whatever the fuck else it is. And that you know that even if you do all those things, which you're not interested in because you don't like women, you're not interested in buying fucking flowers because for some reason you're so disdainful of biology itself. And think about it. What are flowers? They're literally genitals on stems. They're genitals. All flowers are genitals. Of course, Nick Fuentes would not want to buy flowers. The fertility cult is dead. The marriage cult is dead. And any kind of party that tries to define itself on family values has lost. And it's lost because it's been dead for a while and you're just flogging a dead fish that will not accept that. That means if you have had a family, you are holding this whole fucking place together. And that the plant life that is humanity has decided it is going to build itself on your back. And if your kids are autistic, if your kids are retarded, or God forbid, if your kids are gay, fuck you, because we need you to make more babies for us. And ultimately, this is what society is. And if you're rejecting this notion because you have this consciousness, or because you've decided you want more out of life, or because you don't even believe in empty nesters, because you literally think that you can have a kid and still go out and kick some fucking ass, it's because you have rejected the fertility cult too. You do not need to define yourself entirely from this idea that I got fucking laid, no one can call me gay anymore. And you see what we have now. Mein Kampf is bigger than yours is the battle cry of the Groyper, because it's true. It's true. This is what it takes for self-entitlement to bubble over. This is what it is required. And when you try and look at, well, what is his plan? What is the platform? What is the Groyper platform? It doesn't fucking exist. It cannot exist because if they had a platform, they would be legitimizing the system that is illegitimate. The Groypers are telling you it's over. And Kim Davies is too. This bitch wanted the entire world to ban gay marriage because she didn't want to pull a sheet of fucking paper out of a drawer and have that sheet of paper that she didn't write, that she didn't create, that she didn't document, that she didn't verify. And on that sheet of paper, it said marriage license. And all she had to do was fucking hand it to someone that's different than she is. And she wanted the entire world to help her say no. And as of 2 days ago, this bitch is going to get sued. $350,000 she owes right now. Any more civil actions come after that? Fucking good. Look how fucking miserable she is. She's so fucking miserable that she has to do this. And when I try and post this on Instagram, I got people giving me shit as if I'm somehow losing touch with reality because I'm falling into these traps. This is not a fucking trap. This is showing you what a Groyper is. Who the fuck would want to marry someone who thinks this way? Who the fuck would want to define their entire life through this rigid, tiny, teeny, pee-wee penis and have it dictate what is holy, what is righteous, what is important to you? And the only thing holding this together is all of us have to fucking agree to the same fascism. Because it's a fashion of fascism, isn't it? And it's pitiful and it's pathetic. And I want to make fun of her because this kind of mentality is causing more Groypers to come online And they don't give a shit about anything. And I need them to fucking care because my Mexican restaurant is closed. I need them to fucking care because I do not want to show my papers. I need them to fucking care because I do not like Americans right now. I think you're fucking lame as shit. And the fact that we're so gullible that we have to run around and find another scapegoat for us because the Jews just aren't cutting it anymore, that now we have to switch to immigrants, is so fucking low-key and high-key retarded. I don't even know how to express the language for it. It's fucking ridiculous. Fuck you, Kim Davies. And screw everyone who thinks this must mean I'm gay. The LGBTQ is a rejection of the cult of fertility. Fucking deal with it. It is a state-sponsored form of worship because you're going to have to replace a belief with another. You cannot convince someone to stop believing in something. It's impossible. All you can do is redirect their belief into something else. I'm a little heated. Can we stop fucking killing people in the Caribbean? I will be less heated. Can we stop fucking pretending that ICE is normal? Can we stop watching all these MAGA fucktards walking around ignoring what is happening right now? Can we please do that? I think the answer is no. I get it. The answer is no, James. The answer is no. Because you're not like the rest of us, James. And you're just too fucking sensitive. Or you're just not fucking dialed in to the truth of what's happening. And you're not making fun of gay people enough. Because if you do that, all of us would feel better. None of this would feel wrong if we could just somehow find a way to do that better. And I say it again, Zion is a promised land. MAGA is a promised era. MAGA is a promised era. Both of these psychologies require you to be missing something. It's not just a lack. It requires you to feel that you deserve something and to feel as if it has been removed from you in the same sentence. And if you can hold that belief that you've been wronged, that you deserve something, we can build a nation and fucking round people up and gas them and then pretend that we didn't and then change our fucking numbers. Stop fucking saying no one died in the Holocaust. Just fucking say it right. Just go to Auschwitz, look at the number. It's probably 2.4 million. Who knows with Mandela effect? And just fucking say that. You want to have an argument? Do it properly. Explain, how can you have respect for life if you're exaggerating numbers? Problem solved. You don't have to hate anyone. You can say, how can you truly respect life? How can you truly be mourning life if you're literally making up shit about the people that died? Now I want you to do it to Charlie Kirk. The fucktard took millions from Israel every single year, with Candace helping him. The dude is not America first. There is nothing America first about anyone unless you are bitching at what is happening with ICE. It's literally the only way you're ever going to be America first is to reject an entirely new law enforcement agency that's been fucking unleashed on the street and is removing people who Bovino tells you he knows are not in fact criminals. And if you dare try and stop him, 1,000 more will come later. Say fucking no to that. Stop fucking giving all these other fucktards excuses to ignore what is truly happening. And come to JoJo. I appreciate it. Thank you for hearing my intense drama. Thank you.
For the It's